Maybe Allie, you could tell me about your work. If there's any work in the show that speaks to feminist themes or anything in particular that you're trying to get across on this topic in your work in the show.
The series that I have in the show is called Ideal Woman Tramp Stamp. They're the sculptures next door. And it's a my-size Barbie, which came out in the 70s as a toy for girls to have tea parties with. They market it that you can exchange clothes together. And I took the doll and dissected it into pieces at first to show, at first to do a series where I had Chia grow from unwanted hair. So, and I used Barbie as the metaphor as the perfect woman. And so it goes from prepubescent to womanhood during its installation. And then I was really interested in the shape and Barbie and what that means and what that has meant to women in society since 1959. And I started doing things that women do to themselves in society today. So I've bejazzled the front, which came from Jennifer Love Hewitt in her self-help book. She writes about how when her boyfriend broke up with her, her girlfriends brought her to get her vajayjay bejazzled, which is waxing your entire pubic region and having Swarovski crystals placed on it. And the pieces, which I'm wearing the evolution of the bikini line. So I sort of created this symbol or this avatar out of this shape. And the neons are Ideal Woman, so it's the figure proportionally blown up to Western societal ideals. So the waist is 24 and the butt is 36. And the pieces here are tramp stamps because I'm interested in how we sort of go on these cultural waves and follow these trends, and how it wasn't called a tramp stamp when people were getting tattoos in that location, and a few years later it sort of gets this marker, and then you've permanently altered your body, you've permanently changed, and sort of how do you go back? So in today, laser hair removal or everything is so cyclical, so it's sort of to bring attention to why we jump on these trains or why we're following these norms.
How did that go over at Art Basel?
It was, I showed one of a few of the tramp stamps in the Chia, and it was so funny because everyone right away sort of sees this big bush out of the sculpture and just gets so excited about it. And
it's like the big art fair, Art Basel in Miami, so
I was which was really exciting, and I was so honored to be there.
I was wondering if you could talk about the fishies piece on the wall.
These are whales with just mental disorders, with corresponding disorder that describes the whale. So the bipolar has two heads, and they're all going into an underwear. The whales, it looks like sperm whales, are going, and it's a people who have this, it's not like it's a natural thing. It's not something that they want to have, and people are often afraid of them. And females just particularly have a much harder stigma. They're more tend to be the crazy bitch that you should not date. But with guys, it's like, well, maybe he is secretly a genius. And this is something that it's just so natural that you don't really question. But the truth to the piece, if I can be brutally honest here, it was just a homework assignment where what was your worst fear? And my fear was to get raped. And that was how I lost my virginity. And all of my friends and my family, they immediately gave me a label. They're like, well, my mom called me immediately, said, well, you're a whore. And it was an immediate thing where you shouldn't date this person because I was insanely depressed, obviously. So this is kind of my way of saying, well, it's an approachable way to understand the disorder and also understand that it's really not their fault, it's just the system, that's all. And I like to always spin a humorous thing. It's not, I don't know, know, is that too personal?
Just kidding.